Alright, now we're going to look at scenario 3. And this is the King's Indian attack symmetrical variation in further detail. Symmetrical defense, yeah. Against this, your okay. Again, your best line is to play this. Again, your best line is to play this, but what happens if your opponent plays this? Things are going to get a little bit different now. Knight to c3, knight to c6. Okay, this is the Anglo-Indian variation of the King's Indian defense that we talked about earlier. That's nice. But now we're going to look at it with a little bit more scrutiny here, because if I remember correctly, the next move you have to play from here is this weird looking bishop e3. And then he plays h6. And then against that, you have queen c1, forming this battery. And then he'll try to play g5. Against this, you have h4, g4. Now you have to get the knight to e1, very much like what we saw earlier, where we had to undevelop the knight to push this pawn. And then you have king to h7, and bishop takes c6. And then you trade that, and d4. Against this, you have e takes, queen c2 check, no, but just... Actually, yeah, I'm just gonna recommend this, why not? And then king g8, just put him back in the... And then you have bishop takes d4, sorry. Bishop takes c4, sorry. c5. Bishop takes f6. Queen takes f6. Now it's two bishops versus two knights, which is a little uncomfortable, but you're still better. Knight to d3, yeah. And then the game goes live pretty much from here. Good luck trying to fight through this. Alright, in scenario 4, we're going to look at how to deal with the e4 variation of the King's Indian defense. No, King's Indian attack, sorry. Alright, e4 variation of the King's Indian attack coming up. Okay, have fun.